Welcome to our Divine Truth followers interview series. We invite people who listen to Divine Truth and who are willing to experiment with Divine Truth and are willing to share a bit about their life and how they discovered Divine Truth and also a bit about their experience about it, how they engage Divine Truth. Of course, what we are sharing here, is our opinions and might be not the truth, God's truth, or the truthful representation of the teaching. We encourage you to look at www.divinetruth.com website, where you can have the true direct teaching if you want to. So today for this interview, I'm very happy to have Jadda with us. Yeah, thank you for coming, Jadda. That's lovely to have you. And before we start, I want to let you know there might be some terms or some words that are unknown or new to you, and a way to, if you want to know or to discover some new words, a good way to go is on the Divine Truth YouTube channel. There is a little loop, a little search engine, and you can just type the word and you will get a lot of video, and so you can learn about a lot of stuff if you want to. So our interviews are divided in three main sections. So the first section is about the life of the people, their life before they discover Divine Truth, just to get to know them a bit, and then how they discover the Divine Truth teaching, and a third part about how they engage and their experiences with it. So there might be one or two or more part in the whole interview, depending how long it is. So we'll see how long it will be. First part about your life.
Yeah.
Well, can you just a bit introduce you, Jadda? Your name.
Yeah. So,
where you come from?
Yeah. So my name's Jadda Jessop. I was born in Brisbane, Australia, Queensland, Australia. Grew up there most of my life, and was living sort of Gold Coast hinterland for about 10 years or so, and probably a couple of years ago I've moved out this way, out Wilkesdale, and yeah, what else to know? It was quite a lot.
When were you born?
When? 1987.
1987.
Yeah, so I'm 32 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a profession? Well,
I do a few different things. I run my own like mobile smoothie and juice bar business. I've taught yoga as well, a little bit of yoga teaching, and I've been doing massage as well, deep tissue massage, but I'm sort of leaning a bit more towards, I'm wanting to learn a bit more about sort of landscaping and earth building.
All right.
And also growing, like gardening, and
okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit more drawn to that at the moment.
Okay.
Than some of the other stuff, but I'd like to somehow incorporate it all together into something.
Where are you living right now? You say in this moment? So
right at this moment, I'm living in my van, but I've just bought a little block of land in Tingura, so it's about 20 minutes drive from here. Just a little 1/4 acre block, and I plan to build maybe a shipping container, straw bale house, earth house, something like this.
Okay.
So it's still sort of coming up, brainstorming lots of ideas, but.
All right.
So I'm staying there basically and just working landscaping at the moment and getting it prepared.
I'm going to ask you a few questions about your life chronologically from the beginning, and a bit to start with what kind of family you were.
Yeah.
You grew in, and how was it in your family? And can you tell us,
Okay.
share us a bit about
starting.
that.
Yeah, so
Little first.
yeah,
like,
little. So, well, my earliest memories, like, so I had my mum and my dad were together until I was about 5, and then my dad left, and he's a missing person. So I have obviously no contact or anything with him since then. And then it's been, and I never really grieved that situation at all up until I heard Divine Truth. Actually, it was the first time I was like, oh, I'm allowed to cry about it. Like, it's actually helpful to feel some of this, like how much I miss him and stuff like that. And then from there, yeah, so I was 5, and then we were sort of moving around to a few different houses. Just usual sort of upbringing, I guess. Just
so there was mom, there was there was siblings.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I had a sister. She's 1.5 years younger than me, and and I also have a half brother, but he was a lot later. There's a 15-year difference with my stepdad. And then so I just went to school and just sort of pretty basic.
So you were the older one?
I was the oldest child, yeah.
And your mom was single?
Yeah, off and on. Like there were a couple of, like, I had a couple of stepfathers during that time.
Okay. How did that go?
One of them was pretty hectic, pretty like controlling and angry, and he tried to embarrass me a lot and stuff like this. Try and, I guess, emasculate me, and so that was pretty. He was around for probably 2 or 3 years, I think, and he was hard to get rid of. Like, mum broke up with him, but he was a bit of a stalker and stuff. So it was a pretty intense situation. We'd be like hiding under the bed, and like he'd be turning up at the house, and we're pretending no one's home. So that was pretty intense. But and then mum met the partner she's with at the moment, my stepdad Ben, and he was my grade 7 school teacher. So that I had a bit of mixed feelings about that at the time as well. And I realized, looking back now, I felt some jealousy because of mum and I having a emotionally incestuous relationship. Bit of jealousy about her having going into this new partnership and stuff. I was quite angry, but I had no idea at the time.
What age?
That was probably grade 8. So I was.
What does that mean?
Probably, I guess maybe 13 or something. I'm not really sure.
Teenager.
I have to work it out. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And what kind of little boy were you? What kind of character? What kind of...
Shy. Super shy. I've always been like just very introverted. Still am. Still working on that. And a lot of just playing computer games all the time was basically my entire childhood. That was my sort of
hiding
escape. Yeah, just and I think it suited mum well because she knew where I was. I think she was quite like overprotective, over-mothering type stuff, and so I'll just be doing that all, and it turned into a like massive addiction for me for up until I was 20. Yeah. Just massive amounts of time just playing computer games.
All right.
Yeah.
So in your school years, like 12 to 16, 18.
Yeah.
Did you change, or what kind of boy you were?
What would you say? I don't know. Sort of. I was into a bit of like sports and fitness but computer gaming, and I was a bit of a. As the years went on, like early grade 8, 9, 10, I was a bit more like really trying with school and like trying to be a good student and a good person. But I sort of ended up...
For yourself?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably. I'm not sure. You know. But it gradually went... I started like mucking up in class a lot and like not putting any effort into schoolwork. I was sort of slipping by, like still passing everything. And that
Not
in
interested
school.
really.
Not really, no. I was really, I just wanted to get home and computer game.
What did you want to do in your life at that time?
I had no direction whatsoever. So probably I wanted to be like a professional gamer. Like that was,
Yeah.
because that was
You
like,
were so good.
yeah, I was like really training and like
Creating games?
yeah. But really
games.
like really lost. Like just had, and it's been a big thing for me. Like trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, and it's been a big challenge to even work that out.
Did you realize your emotion? You had sadness inside
Nothing.
of you, or something,
Nothing.
or anger, or whatever, or you were just not wanting to know.
Yeah, I was just totally in the addiction of gaming, like just totally zoning out. I mean, emotions through high school. Yeah, there's a lot of like nervousness and anxiety and stuff like this, but I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I definitely never really felt an emotion until I was probably like 21. Like where I let an overwhelming emotion take me over, sort of thing.
Okay. Girlfriend? Shy? Too shy?
Too shy, yeah. Shy. No, I didn't have...
Yeah. Okay.
I think I maybe had one or two girlfriends, but they were like... It was just through like text or like... We never really had any...
Feeling, exchange of feelings.
Intimacy or anything like this. It was just... Yeah.
What was your relationship with your sister?
Pretty good by, I guess, the world's standards, but yeah, I don't know, there's a bit of that I feel a bit of shame about with, I guess in our, like, I feel weird talking openly about it, but there's like a lot of incestuous feelings within our family, like going back, my grandparents and everything, like, so we were all very kind of close, but it was just this icky kind of emotional cesspool of just...
With your sister, you mean? It was also very close, very good?
Yeah. So me, mum and my sister were all really close.
Like a little clan?
Yeah. And, yeah.
Okay.
But this sort of has definitely changed a lot. Like, we've all drifted apart heaps, like, yeah.
And at that time you felt like kind of safe in this environment?
Yeah.
That was your safe place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I always had lots of, like, through high school, lots of female friends. I'd more spend time with them. I felt kind of safer but also looking back now, I was also getting a lot of addictions through that, like having women like me and this sort of stuff. That's been a big...
You were a good listener?
Yeah.
Women like that?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Not too scary.
No.
Friend.
No.
No. Yeah. What about when you finished school? What did you go into study? What did you do?
What did I do? Finish school? No, I tried. I moved out with my sister and two of her friends. So we were just renting a house. Okay. So it was my first sort of, I guess, leaving the nest kind of experience.
Yes. What age?
That was 18, I think.
Okay.
And then it went for about 9 months, and I couldn't handle it. I couldn't cope. So I was working at Subway, and I was feeling so depressed and just not coping with life at all.
Living with young guys of your age?
Yeah, like we'd have, well, there was one guy and one girl, and there was parties and stuff like this. It was kind of a fun environment, but I just couldn't handle like even the social interactions and just looking after myself even. And and then I ended up, so after that 9 months, I ended up moving back home with my parents, because I was just like, just not coping and financially or anything. And
your sister stayed there?
She stayed there.
And then what happened then?
And then it sort of just went back to me just gaming all the time, and I had a part-time job just doing some hospitality, like at a restaurant, just waitering and stuff like that.
So you had your own money?
Yeah.
You had to pay
Not
rent?
Not much though. No, I wasn't paying rent until right near the end.
You were supported by your parents?
Yeah, and when I feel about it now, it's like I feel kind of annoyed that it was like that. Like as a way of parenting, I think it's really terrible. Like giving the kid everything without having to like I didn't have to worry about food, shelter, like making money really, and any of this stuff. And then I had all this free time to just game, and I used my free time very like wastefully, which is obviously my own thing. But
were you involved in the, in the home maintenance and things like that, and
a little bit, hardly. No, like really
cooking, cleaning, washing.
Yeah, no, they did. Mum did everything basically.
And even at 20s, you mean?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And it was normal.
Yeah.
For her, for you, it was how it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So what happened
then? And even
then?
with all my friends, it was all the same.
It's all the same. Your friend
was
similar.
This is considered normal now a lot.
Okay.
And it's, yeah.
Okay. So what happened then? After that, you stay like that, and then.
And then, it was around the similar time I met my first sort of proper girlfriend. I'd say I was around 21, I think, and it was the same time that I first heard Divine Truth as well. Similar time that I moved out of home.
Did you keep doing jobs, or did you study something? Did you make no
studying at all? No.
So you went just.
I was working full time at one of the restaurants for a few years.
Okay. As a waiter.
Yeah. So I was like, I was just a waiter, but I was also like the floor manager as well. So I was sort of working up to. Possibly, like there was talks that because he was quite a successful restaurant owner, and he was sort of setting me up to run my own because he's like franchises businesses around. So that was where I was going for a while. Yes. But I started after 3 years of like full time. I was just absolutely hating it. Really,
it's hard work. In the evening as well.
Yeah,
and so on.
Yeah. On the Friday, Saturdays, it was like
very late.
12-hour day basically. Morning shift and then night shift. It was.
So you did a few years of that. What after that?
And then it was probably a couple of years after that I started my own. I got right into the whole vegan.
Okay. What age were you that?
I think I've been vegan for about 8 years now. So it would have been maybe 7 years. So it would have been about 24, 25. You
start your own business then?
Yeah.
Vegan business?
Yeah. Just I bought a little food trailer. Well, it was just a little box trailer really, and I turned it into a little juice bar basically.
Yes.
So I do markets and festivals and that was going quite well.
Cooking, preparing the things yourself?
Yeah. We're doing curries and nachos and pancakes and it's good. It's good fun actually. Yeah, smoothies and juices, stuff like that. So that was cool. Yeah, I quite enjoyed that.
So you enjoyed that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened then?
So I was just building that up for a while, and but it was also around the same time that I was. I really limited the growth of the business because I was I'll talk openly a bit about it, but I had quite a strong addiction to like getting massages, and I went through a phase of getting like
receiving massages.
Receiving massages, and I went through quite a long phase of getting like happy ending massages, sexual massages, and
on the festivals and things like that.
Oh, more just like Gold Coast areas, rampant with places like that, and I was just. Got to this point where I was always like, I'm never going to do anything like that. But it just, I don't know, the feeling just built up in me and I ended up doing it. And then, so that was quite a dark few years.
You were single at that time?
Yeah. Well, off and on with relationships as well. Yeah. Because I had quite a few different partners during that time. And sort of got pretty out of control, really. I just let it, no holding back really.
Okay. You mean going massaging and things like that?
Yeah.
And walking
and just
also?
meeting people on like I was. I don't know if you had like the Tinder app. It's like a hookup app basically. So I was doing that for a little while, and
What is that?
it's basically just like an online dating thing, but it's all about basically just meeting people. Like you see a picture of them, you like them, and then
You don't meet the people.
and then you meet them. And
then you meet eventually. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I see
it just gets it's just really
Yeah.
it's all about having sex basically.
Okay.
So I did that for a while as well because.
While you were working at that time, you had your business, and on the sides you had bit of addictions.
And just going
you were
nuts with it. Yeah,
looking for feelings of feeling.
Yeah, because I never really like I said, like I was so shy up until like 20, and then I sort of and then I started realizing, like girls kind of like me a bit, and then I just went nuts with it.
And you don't have to commit then. It just
that's it. Yeah,
thing. Yeah, there's no risk.
Yeah. So I'm still coming out of this way of thinking, and
so what happened then? You were for a few months or years about doing your business, and you had these things going on with this massaging. Yeah. And then what happened?
And then I got some. I went to some of the assistance groups.
Okay.
Can
you just tell for the audience for a second? What does that mean?
So Jesus and Mary host these basically like a week-long sort of course. They're called assistance groups, where they're just sharing divine truth and giving people personal help with their issues and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's probably not the best way to describe it, but and then so I asked for some help on this issue and received some feedback about it, and it stopped me for a while, but it was a bit because I was I don't know, it's been such a big, like I've been weak, I've been like just been like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it, for so long, and
okay,
so
we're going to come back on that in a bit later. But we talk about the feedback and things that may be interesting if you want to, of course. Just to go on about your life, just to get to know you a bit better. Have you grown in a religious or atheist or spiritual environment? What was it like?
I went to like a Catholic primary school and high school.
Were you
baptized? Yeah, I was actually. Baptized and communion and all those.
Going to the church on the
just through the school, like
just at school.
Yeah, I don't think I ever went, or maybe a couple of times on a Sunday or whatever.
Your parents, they were going to church or?
Nah, no. Mum was more New Age hippie.
She was not a Christian.
Well, I guess she was brought up like Catholic.
She was,
and my grandparents were obviously, and then. But I'd say neither. Like we weren't really into it. Like when I think back to, I hated going to church, and I just. Did
you believe in the story of the Bible and the thing?
Not really. No.
In God?
No.
No.
No, it never.
Praying?
It never hooked me. Like I never got interested in it at all during that time.
It was like stories.
Yeah.
And you were just. There, but because you have to.
Basically, yeah, and there wasn't even that much of it with the school like there.
Did you believe in Jesus things, or did you?
I was pretty just. I just didn't care. I didn't really put much time into.
All right.
Yeah.
But it was not like there is no God. It's just like I don't know. I don't know
what's going on, and I don't really care about.
I don't care about it anyway.
But then I sort of. And then I watched some documentaries about, it was probably a year before I heard Divine Truth about Jesus and how it kind of, the story seemed, a lot of the stories were taken from like other, what's the word? Pagan, like the 12 like dying 25th December, born 25th December, and all these things were like taken from other gods and stories. So I was a bit in the mind of probably he didn't even exist. It's just all.
But you knew that at that time, or you learned that later?
No, I didn't know about
you didn't
Jesus
know
at that time. No,
and
this was earlier.
Did you know at that time when you were a kid at school that there were pagan celebration days that were taken over?
No, I didn't know
the
any
Christian.
of that stuff.
You didn't know that.
No,
It's only
I
later.
just didn't look into it at all, really. Yeah.
So, yeah. It's only later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you explored a bit like what are your passions?
I'm still struggling with it, but I do get really excited about just environmental stuff, like earth building, nature. I'm loving just digging holes at the moment. Like the fitness, the health side, like.
You build muscles,
Yeah, building muscles and creating like a pond or like whatever I want to do, like a wicking bed or something. I just really enjoy doing that stuff, and also I wouldn't say it's a passion, but I love listening to divine truth, not necessarily applying it. I do enjoy like putting time into like
all the time.
Trying.
You like to listen all the time?
Quite a lot.
Oh, you get fed up sometimes?
Yeah, I go through. I've gone through stages.
Yeah,
and definitely. But I always just come back to it because I'm just like it's just nothing else better.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to try and feed myself with good information, you know. Even if I try other things, I'm just like not satisfied. It just doesn't sort of.
So have you tried other? You know, divine truth is kind of it's a teaching.
Yeah.
And you could say you could talk about it like a spiritual movement, like there are thousands of spiritual movements.
Yeah.
Have you been exploring other things?
A little bit. No, like probably through my yoga teacher training. So a little bit. Like I started reading the Bhagavad Gita and a few different, just to see what else is out there and stuff. But they just all, I don't know.
Bhagavad Gita.
I didn't.
Is
get
that what
much
Buddhist text?
I think it's
Hinduist.
More the. I know the Hare Krishnas and I don't know. But
it's their Bible, their sacred text.
it's basically there.
And you were into it, or you just...
Not really. I really gave it a good crack. But there's so much like war and like right from the beginning, like a lot of violence, and I was just like...
It's not very different from the Old Testament.
Well, that's it. I've also tried...
Bible.
I started reading the Bible as well, and the Old Testament is just hectic. Like misogyny and it's pretty full on. Yeah.
So you were into yoga, and in yoga was a bit related to Indian.
Some Indian
mythology or philosophy.
And we had like even during the yoga teacher training, there was classes that were about like Indian philosophy and yogi philosophy and stuff like that, and it just didn't really resonate with me much.
Were you looking for answers? Like the question, why this, why we are here, all this. Were you looking for things, or just like going with the wind?
Over the last few years, I've definitely been wanting to know what is going on.
And before Divine Truth, did you discover other stuff like spiritual movement or teachings or things like that?
A little bit. I was looking into like past life stuff, and I was more into like conspiracy theories, and I was right into that. I wanted to know the truth about what's going on with the world, like the money system and like government stuff and that. I was a bit more into that.
The anger with the world, basically.
I did a lot of rebellion with law and.
You did like other life reincarnation stuff, or kind of memory, so you connect to...
Well, I was more just reading some books about it. And it felt true. It felt quite... It felt like truth to me at the time when I was reading it.
Well, do you consider yourself to be religious now, or to be spiritual, or to be... What would you say what kind of person you are now?
I don't really know how to answer that. I wouldn't say religious. I wouldn't say I'm still a bit. I'm definitely relaxed with even divine truth. You know, I'm not like very. It's something I need to work on actually, like having a bit more character and like really trying to follow it, like really trying to like live out the teachings, because they sound amazing, and I believe what Jesus is saying about you know, everything really, but I just I don't know, just that weakness.
It's it's a bit of your character, maybe your real character, but being relaxed about everything. Right?
Yeah. So I'm just procrastinated about like it's just it's not taking responsibility is such a big thing. That I'm still trying to work on all the time, but I'm finding it really hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
We come back on that as well.
Yeah.
What is your current relational status? Have you a partner, family, children, or no?
At the moment, I've just recently broken up with my partner, Brittany, who, I don't know, I'm still a bit, we'll see how it goes. Like I don't know for sure, but I feel like she could be my soulmate, and but we've been getting quite a lot of feedback recently about my treatment of her and like harsh treatment of her, and how my heart's not really been in the relationship and stuff like this, and so we're having a bit of time apart at the moment, and I've been feeling really resistant to working through different issues, and so at the moment we're broken up, but I'm hoping to work through different things. And
you have a desire for growing a relationship with this person?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been together?
It was probably a year ago at the last assistance group was the first time I first saw her. We didn't properly meet then. And then we sort of were messaging. She's from New Zealand, so we were messaging for quite a few months before I went over there. And
she is a massage therapist or something?
Well, it's not her main thing, but she was trained in beauty therapy, and she's just getting into it a bit more now.
And you are giving massage too? You were talking about
I haven't been doing
tissue.
much. Yeah, so I've...
You were trained then?
I only did a couple of short courses, but... and Mum was also a deep tissue massage therapist as well, so she trained me a bit as well.
Okay.
So there's a bit of a weird thing about that, but So that's
how you met your girlfriend? A bit exchanging like through.
No, not really. No. Just it was through the assistance group and just talking and just having so much. I've never had this much in common with somebody before, and it's the deepest connection I've ever had, and that's not really saying much, but so I just definitely want to keep explore that further, but who knows? Could just be all whatever. Really.
What about her? All this.
She feels kind of similar, but also doesn't know for sure either. Okay. So yeah.
Have you considered yourself as or I don't know if you ever ask yourself the question, but that's my question, if you ever thought of consider yourself as a loving person or not before you ever heard about divine truth definition, God's definition of love? How did you feel about yourself?
Probably probably had this feeling I'm not bad, I'm not evil or anything, but I've come to learn some of the emotions and some of my actions are really harmful, have been extremely harmful, and even I never looked at it as such a bad thing as paying for a sexual interaction and stuff like this, but now it's kind of it's using somebody. It's like I own this person for this amount of time, I own this woman, which is obviously like, I'm sort of with help from of people telling me it's actually it's a it's an abuse of a woman basically. It's like using them for my own gratification and playing on their generally like their lack of worth and feelings about themselves, that they're sort of even in that situation to begin with, and using that to my advantage. So I'm trying to come out at
But that's something you discovered lately. Before you ever heard about divine truth, you had no idea of all this.
Not
stuff.
really.
Yeah.
No.
You were not. Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah.
So it was just like if that did not exist, you didn't know. You were never taught about it.
Yeah. Basically. About love.
You were taught to relate that way from your family environment.
That's
I suppose.
it. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.